So June 2013, there is a question number 3, part A. So that question has another concept. That's why I want us to attempt it. So the question reads that, it is on page 86. The following data relate the price and related financial details of the 3 ordinary shares of the year 2012. So you are given ordinary share X, Y, and Z. You have been given the beginning price and also the ending price. They also gave you dividend paid. So required total expected return of each of the 3 ordinary shares. Then relative return for each of the 3 ordinary shares. And finally, assuming an investor combines all the 3 ordinary shares, X, Y, and Z, in a portfolio in the ratio of 4:2:4 respectively. So let us first check. This time around, there's some dividend in that question. So there's some dividend in the question. I would like to show you how we should be able to calculate the total expected return. So normally, to get the total returns, so total expected returns, it is supposed to be given by the capital gain we add the dividend. So we get the capital gain, then we add the dividend. So it will be the capital gain, then we add the dividend. So capital gain, it is supposed to be P1, which is the price at the beginning. Sorry, at the end. P1, the price at the end, you minus P0, the price at the beginning. Then you add the that order. So for us to get the total expected returns, you simply come up with the capital gain, then you add the dividend. So capital gain, it is simply the difference between the price at the end of the year, you minus the price at the beginning of the year. That's now the gain you expect from the share. So from there, beginning price is now our P0, ending price is now our P1. So we can now calculate for each. So we start with the one for share X. We start with the one for share X. So for share X, ending price is 34. Beginning price is meant to be 30. Then you add the dividend. So dividend is 3.40. 3.40. That is now for X. We do the same for Y. We do the same for Y. The one for Y, it is 69 minus 72. Then we also add 4.70. And finally, the one for Z. The one for Z, we get 146. You minus 140. Then you also add 4.8. So that now gives you the details on how to calculate the expected and total expected returns. You simply get the capital gain, then you add the dividend income. So that should be your Roman letter 1. That should be your Roman letter 1. So we need now to go to the Roman letter 2. Roman letter 2 is supposed to be the relative return for each of the 3 ordinary shares. Relative return for each of the 3 ordinary shares. So to get the relative returns, it is simply the percentage return. So we get those total returns, then we divide by the price at the start, so that you come up with the expected, the percentage return. So the percentage, the relative returns is the same as the percentage returns. So relative returns is the same as the percentage returns. So relative return is the same as the percentage returns. Where you take P1 minus P4, we also add D, then divide by 4. Then just express it as a percentage. So whatever you had calculated in the Roman letter, you simply divide by P1. Then you express that figure as a percentage. You express that figure as a percentage. So you start with expected return for X. Start off with the expected return. So what are we getting as the total returns? That was 34 minus 30, then you added 3.4. So you just divide again by 30, and then you show it as a percentage. So that now should give you the relative return as a percentage return. So you do the same for Y. So that should be your Roman letter 3. Roman letter 2, sorry. Finally, we get the expected return for the portfolio. So after that, we should now get the expected return for the portfolio. So once we have done that, we should now come up with expected return of the portfolio. Expected return. So they gave me the proportions in the Roman 3, assuming an investor combines all the 3 ordinary shares, X, Y, and Z, in the portfolio in the ratio of 4:2:4, respectively. So 4 plus 2 plus 4 gives us a total of 10. So the proportion to go to X, you simply take 4 divided by 10. So look at calculated expected return for X. X, we have gotten 8%. 20 points. 24.6. 24.7. Okay, 6. Then we also add 2 divided by 10. But this one we multiply by what? 7. And finally, the last one is meant to be 4 over 10. And this one we multiply by what? Yeah, so that's now the concept I wanted you to learn from that question. There are dividends. How do we go about to treat them so that we come up with the expected returns? So to come up with the expected returns. So that is the conclusion of the topic of the risk analysis in the capital budget. If you can check those past papers for almost the last 10 sessions, every sitting they have tested a question on that. Every sitting they have tested a question on that. And on average, it is almost 10 marks, sometimes 16 marks. So get note of that as we continue our discussion. So that now concludes the topic of the risk analysis in the capital budgeting. The risk analysis. That now should be able to give us the risk. Let's now to go to the next topic. So the next topic should be point of indifference. Point of indifference is known as the point of indifference. Next item should now be the point of indifference. Point of indifference. So basically, we are normally indifferent when we are unable to pick a given option. So we shall be looking at different financing options whereby an investor is unable to pick one of them. So that's now to be the point of indifference. So we write that it is the point of financing. It is the point of financing where earning per share. It is the point of financing where earning per share and earnings before interest and tax, and earnings before interest and tax, and the earnings before interest and tax of all available financing option, of all available financing option, of all available financing option are equal. Therefore, the investor is unable to select a given option. Therefore, the investor is unable to select a given option. Therefore, the investor is unable to select a given option. So, i.e., so I'm saying that at the point of indifference, earning per share for option 1 will be equal to the earning per share for option 2. Also, at the point of indifference, earnings before interest and tax for option 1 will also be the same as earnings before interest and tax for option 2. That's what I've just explained. At the point of indifference, earning per share of the available financing option will be the same. Also, earnings before interest and tax for the available option will be the same. So, assuming I have 2 option 1 and 2, at the point of indifference, earning per share for option 1 will be the same as the earning per share for option 2. Also, at the point of indifference, earnings before interest and tax for option 1 will be the same as the earnings before interest and tax for option 2. Or for option 2. So you can restart your gadget because I have not seen anyone else complaining. I have not seen anyone else complaining. Daniel, try to restart your gadget and see whether it is clear, because you are saying you can't see anything. Just a minute, let me assist this. So we can now add there a paragraph by summarizing that the earning per share for various financing options, the earning per share for various financing options will be expressed as follows. The earning per share for the various financing options will be expressed as follows. The earning per share for the various financing options will be expressed as follows. So the first one will be all equity financed firm. The first one will be all equity financed firm. So when the firm is all equity financed, how do we compute the earning per share? Earning per share will be given by earnings before interest and tax. Earnings before interest and the tax, then 1 minus the tax rate divided by number of the ordinary shares. So when you want to compute the annual per share, when it is all equity finance, simply get earnings before interest and the tax. Then 1 minus the tax rate. Then you divide by the number of ordinary shares. So when you want to get the earning per share, when the firm is all equity financed, you simply take earnings before interest and tax, then 1 minus the corporate tax. Then we divide by the number of the ordinary shares. Then the second one, it can be equity and debt financed firm. It can also be equity and debt financed firm. So if it is equity and debt financed, to compute the earning per share, simply take earnings before interest and tax. But now there is debt, to subtract interest. So it will be earnings before interest and tax, then we less interest. Then after we minus interest, is now when we multiply by 1 minus the tax rate. Then we divide by the number of the ordinary shares. So in case it is equity and debt financed, you simply take earnings before interest and tax, we minus interest, then 1 minus the corporate tax. we divide by the number of the ordinary shares. Then number 3, it can be equity, debt, and preference shares financed. Preference shares financed. It can be equity, debt, and preference shares financed from. So if that is the case, earning per share for that option will be equal to earnings before interest and tax. Maybe you minus interest 1 minus the tax. Then we subtract the preference dividends. We minus the preference dividends. Then we divide by the number of the ordinary shares. So in case it is equity, debt, and preference shares finance fund. So earning per share will be given by earnings before interest and tax. We subtract interest 1 minus the tax, then you minus the preference dividends. Because of the preference shares, it will come up with the price. So I will use a question from your past papers, November 2020, question 5, part A. November 2020, there is a question number 5. So we can use a question for November 2020. Check a question for November 2020. There is a question number 5, part F. So there is a question number 5, part A. There is a question number 5, part A. The question reads that Donut Limited has a capital structure that consists of shillings 150 million, 15% debentures, and shillings 450 million in the ordinary shares of shillings 20 per value. The company adopts 100% payout ratio as it is dividend policy. So the finance manager of Donut Limited intends to raise an additional shillings 20 million to finance an expansion program and is considering 2 alternative financing options. And it is considering 2 alternative financing options. So they gave you option 1, issue a 12% debentures. Option 2, issue additional ordinary shares of shillings 20 per value. The corporate tax rate is 13%. So now required, calculate the earnings before interest and tax. and the earning per share at the point of indifference in the firm's earnings under the financing option 1 and option 2 above. So let us see what happens at the point of indifference. We have said that at the point of indifference, earning per share for option 1 will be the same as the earning per share for option 2. Also, at the point of indifference, earnings before interest